Right now, it is 8:36 p.m. my time. I sit here and Rodgers is currently our manager. Hello guys, and welcome back to Fox the Fox Report. So we proceed into the next round of the Carabao Cup. Who do we play next? We don't know yet. But what we know is Brendan Rodgers. Will he be our manager tomorrow? Will we hear any news regarding his status? Right now, it is 8:36 p.m. my time. I sit here and Rodgers is currently our manager. Hopefully something happens within the next couple hours, but as of right now, he stays as our manager. But everyone, the fans, the players have lost interest. You see it. You don't just draw 0-0 at full time against a team that got newly promoted after 11 years. Unbelievable. But just going over to the stats, clear as day, you see it there. It kind of looks like the stats of a Premier League team against another Premier League team, or any team playing in the same league level. But no, we're the Premier League team and they are the League 2 team. These stats, our numbers should be triple than what they are, or than what it is now for us. But no, and who is playing on the pitch? Just to list a few. Unbelievable. Harvey Barnes, Dennis Pratt, Kalichi, Iheanacho. Now, I don't blame the players to a certain extent, because clearly, like I said, they have lost trust in the manager. You see in the performance, everything that's going on around the club, the drama, the transfers, Fofana not coming to training, all this is affecting the club. Really, who would want to play right now for us? Because there's just so much negativity there. It's affecting our performance. But going into just this match and how it played out. Now, we all know it wasn't broadcasted because it just wasn't. It sucks. It is League 2. Round 2 Carabao Cup. You know, we're all used to that. But just hearing it on Twitter, hearing it on social media, 0-0, barely one attack, two attack in the first half, second half. And I'm just looking at my phone, like trying to assume that we score perhaps maybe 10 minutes into the first half or 10 minutes into the second half. But no, it remained 0-0, then going off to penalties. I honestly was not surprised going to penalties and just perhaps losing. But luckily, we didn't lose. Luckily, we had a keeper in Daniel Everson. What a way to make his first appearance this season in the Carabao Cup, saving 3 penalties. Now, question is, should he be our first team goalkeeper coming into our next match against Chelsea? You know, I don't even want to think about how we're going to perform, but clearly with Rodgers right now in command, I'm thinking a 5-0, 6-0 defeat. That's just to say the least. But Daniel Everson, yes, he is making his point. He is showing some qualities, so why not give him a chance? But of course, I want to hear what you guys think, so leave it all in the comment section below. But going into after the match, after the PKs, you know, what has been going on, what has been circulating? As some of you may know, or if not, all of you may know, the fans over at the Edgeley Park were just booing Leicester City, Brendan Rodgers saying you will be sacked in the morning. You can't blame him. You cannot blame him with that draw. And yeah, just all these things that had to lead up to this moment. You know, honestly, I would throw away right now our participation in the Carabao Cup if it was for Brendan Rodgers' job. Because he's not doing anything. You know, I'd rather be eliminated now than have him sacked now. So have him sacked, please, because it's just ruining the club and just ruining our hopes for this season. If we can't defeat properly in a full 90 minutes against a League 2 side, what makes you think we'll defeat any Premier League team that easily? That easily. It's just common sense, you know? And I think if the board just can look at this match and have some sense, they would sack Rodgers within the next couple of hours. But like I said, as of right now, it is 8:42 p.m. And we're just right now seeing that Rodgers remains as our manager. But going into now, what is the next steps going into our next match, which is back in the Premier League against Chelsea? What can we say? Who has played? Who deserves to start? I still haven't seen the highlights yet. They still haven't been released. But just going off, who is committed to the club? Who wants to play? Who deserves more playing time? I believe, that's Dennis Pratt. Certainly, he's committed to the club. And with Rodgers right now in charge, I don't think he's giving him that much of a chance. Even though he put him now. Back in the Premier League, you probably wouldn't see him. And I've been hearing, based on social media, that he played a good match. I'll certainly have to see the highlights. But also, going into the starting 11, going into the formation, still playing with one up top. It's not working. Patson Daka up top. You got to have some support there on his right, or whether he be on the right and someone on the left. But Kelechi Iheanacho, who also started, was on the right as a right winger. And barely any attempts from Daka. So that's not, it's not working. I'm saying, did he not watch the match against Arsenal when we played two up top in the second half? It began to work. We began to have more possession. We began to attack more, and I don't know why he's not using that formation into these next two matches. Or the match against Southampton. Yeah, next match. Match against Southampton and this match against Stockport County. If anything, this was the match to test it out. See if it works. But no, he went back to his old tactics, and you see it now. 0-0 going to penalties, where we pretty much could have lost. But anyways, that's just his mentality. It's not working. It looks like he's not open to any suggestions. I don't know. But yeah, we'll have to see. Right now, it's pretty much, I'm guaranteed everyone's on social media, even though it's probably midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning in the UK, but still on our phones, on our laptops, computers, tablets, any electronic device, we're just checking out to see any news regarding Brendan Rodgers, because it is common sense based on these past two performances and in the performance of the Premier League that Rodgers should not remain as our manager. But of course, I want to hear what you guys think regarding all of this. Just leave it all in the comment section below, and I'll get back to that as soon as I can. And I'll see you next time for the pre-match review between Chelsea and Leicester City playing at the Stamford Bridge. Take care.